Parte Kay con serie di blocchi, KOULIBALY, rete, KOULIBALY, Napoli in vantaggio, 45esimo.
Straordinario lo stacco di KOULIBALY che ha preso la rincorsa, è saltato da solo nel centro.
That was such an iconic goal for Napoli. It nearly won them the title. Over the last several years, Napoli have been one of the most entertaining clubs in all of Europe and all of the world, really. Fun, attacking football. But the one thing that stood out above all of that is having one of the best defender in the world playing for them in the back four. That, of course, is Kalidou Koulibaly. Many people are going to say there's other people around the world, some players like Sergio Ramos in Spain or Virgil van Dijk and other players that are very, very good. But to me, Kalidou Koulibaly stands out above the rest. His skill, his defense, his intelligence, his hard work rate, overall ability, he makes him the best out of anybody else. He grew under Maurizio Sarri, and he continued to build up, and everyone around the world knows who he is. And it's no surprise that there are many suitors coming around the world, and it's been like that for the last 2-3 years now. Suitors from England and Spain, all over, trying to get the services of Kalidou Koulibaly. Well, it looks like there's a team that finally is maybe able to persuade him. Now, there's only one manager that could ever lure Guardiola away from Napoli, because his love there is immense. That one manager just so happens to be Pep Guardiola, the man, the myth, the legend. Now, the way Guardiola demands that his teams play is with intelligence, with their feet, and just thinking outside the box in general, being brave and strong. Koulibaly checks all those boxes, and that's because he is the best defender in the world. De Laurentiis and Napoli in general have been able to ward off suitors, putting up not only a high price tag, but most of the time just saying flat out no. For the last 12 months or so, Napoli has been a rocky climate. And I think this is probably aided in some of the reason why he's probably leaving. It's just, maybe it's time he's outgrown Naples. He's been there for 7 years. Maybe it's time to try something new. I don't know. I, as a Serie A fan, would love him to stay in the league. But, sometimes, I can understand why maybe Napoli fans, if he were to move, maybe he would just leave the league because they don't have to face him anymore, right? But yeah, Manchester City came calling. They're offering up big amount of money. There's no set determination yet. The article that we're going to be referencing here from Sports Illustrated, they throw out the 80 million pounds, I think, is what they offer. Manchester City is offering. It seems like Naples will be without Kalidou Koulibaly, possibly. We're going to see how it's going to affect both Manchester City and Napoli. Those are valid questions. How does Koulibaly fit into Guardiola's system? Like a glove. Honestly, the man is intelligent. He's got pace. He's got strength. Great on the ball at his feet. He's great in the air. I mean, he does everything. He is a 5-tool player, the best center back in the world. He fit perfectly in defense, but especially Guardiola's, because it implements so much about passing game, keeping the ball moving. He would be excellent at that. So the current deal that is supposedly going to happen is 80 million pounds for Kalidou Koulibaly to go from Napoli to Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. The loss for Napoli would be extraordinary because not only they're losing their best player, he's been the glue, the rock that's been holding their defense together. Their defense has been decent, nothing special, but the only reason it's been decent is because Kalidou Koulibaly has been picking up the slack for the other three guys in the back of the defense. So with him out of that lineup, the back four, that leaves a big hole for them, and it leaves many wondering, can Napoli defend at all once he's gone? So we know Koulibaly fits into Guardiola's system. The question is, do Napoli have a plan for Koulibaly's departure? For this, I reached out to the great team at Far From Vesuvius podcast to get the answers. So right off the bat, without doing anything, Maksimovic and Manolas would be the ideal pairing for Napoli going forward. Both defense partners have shown great partnership ability with Koulibaly on their own, but together, it's yet to be seen. But they believe that those two together will make the most ideal pairing for a solid back four. Now, obviously, you can't bank on just Maksimovic and Manolas, so the idea is to go to Hellas Veronos and a defender who's having a heck of a season, Amir Rahmani, have him bring him into the fold and have some competition between the three center backs to really push each other to really get to that next level. Because if you want to if you fill in the void of Kalidou Koulibaly, you need to have some competition to get the other two guys to be just as good as he is. So bringing in Amir Rahmani with Maksimovic and Manolas would be the ideal defensive pairing for Napoli. And the Far From Vesuvius guys and the Napoli fans believe that this is the way forward for Napoli to go on and then use that money that they get from Koulibaly to strengthen their team. I mean, 80 million pounds can go a long way. And if I know De Laurentiis, he's probably going to try to go for 100. So we'll see what the money final tally is going to be. But I think Napoli are prepared for the departure. They have been for a couple seasons now. And I think they have a game plan, at least the Far From Vesuvius guys, the team over there, they believe that there's a plan there for Napoli. So it seems like it could be a win-win for everybody. Obviously, you hate to see the best center back in the world leave Serie A, but Napoli, at least, you take that money and use it and have a plan. They seem they're ready for it. We shall see. Let's find out as the transfer market unfolds whether this comes to fruition or not, but it seems like Pep Guardiola is intent on bringing Kalidou Koulibaly to Manchester City and England, so time will tell. That'll put a bow on this one. Tell me your thoughts on Kalidou Koulibaly. Do you think going to Manchester City is the right move for him? Is Napoli going to suffer without their best player on their team? Can Napoli survive without Kalidou Koulibaly? Those are the questions I want to know. Please answer them in the comments below. Leave comments. As always, thank you for another episode on the vlog series here, Calcio in the News. Catch us on the airwaves, of course, anywhere that streams music, iHeartRadio, Soundcloud, ApplePodcasts, Stitcher Radio, you name it, we are there. And then, of course, subscribe to the YouTube page here. That would be very much appreciated. Until the next news breaks, we'll see you then. 1, 2, make it big.